Hello, this is Sam with Bulldog Reader, and today I'm doing a video inspection of the main sewer line for 717 East Nora Avenue in Spokane, Washington. It is April 23rd, 2017. This line is about 100 feet long. We're pushed all the way out to the end of the sewer line, and this is where the end of the sewer line connects to the city sewer. So this is everything that the owner of the property is responsible for, from their connection to the sewer line, to the city sewer, all the way back to the house. So right now we're in 6-inch tile. This line was very full of roots. really thick stuff. So we ran our jetter down it today at about 4,000 psi, blasted all that stuff out of there. And what usually happens with the roots and a clay tile pipe like this is you'll see that there's seams in the pipe. Clay tile usually comes in 2 to 5 foot sections, and over time the sections of the tile will settle and offset underground. That's what we're looking at right here towards the left hand side of the screen. You can see there's a little gap where it starts to kind of poke out a little bit. That's kind of the separation I'm talking about. That one's really minor, not a huge deal. Then we can see another one here as we start to pull back a little bit. Looks like we go around a turn, and a lot of times way back when in the day they didn't actually have pieces of tile that would make bends, so they had to put them in offset, and that's I think what we're looking at right here. You can see it's fairly open, and all the water is going down just fine. It stair steps down. It is separated, but I believe that was put in like that on purpose so they could make it go down to the sewer. Coming back here, another little minor separation. Another minor separation. This thing is, majority of the roots, all of them are gone, and it seemed like every single seam had roots in it. We had to hit this thing pretty hard. Yeah, you can see another separation right there where the bottom of the pipe would be towards the left-hand side of the screen. You can see a little bit of water pulling towards the bottom of the pipe. Now that's a separation I'd sort of be worried about. That one's not major, anything like that at all, but if it starts to separate more and that part of the pipe moves up more, you're potentially going to be holding more water in this section and things could get caught up, especially if there's roots involved. You can see right here, you know, we're still on this clay tile pipe. Another minor separation, nothing big, nothing crazy. Pulling back here, this pipe was it's pretty clean. Looks like we got another little separation right there, nothing too crazy. Another one right there, and you can see where these roots were coming at, you know, pretty much all around this seam. And we really worked these spots and tried to get as much of this pipe clean as possible. A little bit of this section right there, another separation right there as well. Nothing too major like I was saying before. I mean, all these roots are pretty much gone. And the pipe's almost brand new looking. Another seam we just went through there. There's another one. So not seeing anything too crazy or major. Looks like there's a little bit of roots left on this one. Those are extremely thin, and they'll practically fall out over time. I don't see any issues with those. But you can see it's separated. Roots are coming in from the top. And it looks like there was just one straggler left behind. Nothing too major, though. So right now we're hitting about 40 feet. We're about halfway through the line. Looks like we switched from clay tile to cast iron in this section right here. You can see it's rusted out a little bit towards the sides of the pipe. Cast iron's a pretty good pipe. Usually lasts pretty long. The most issues I start to see with pipes like this is like major cracks or holes inside the line. You can see a crack towards the top right-hand corner of the screen. On the side wall, doesn't look like it's getting big or stretching out and doing anything major to the pipe as well. You can see the bottom of the pipe of the cast iron's a little trenched out, meaning that water's just been flowing down this for so long that it'll start to rust out and create sort of a trench. That's what we're looking at right there. Hitting about 35 feet now. So right here is a section with some roots to the left on the left-hand side of the screen. We tried to hit this as much as we could. I didn't want to hit it too hard. just because there is a hole in the cast iron right here, and we'll see that as I start to push my camera down. You see how I get stuck right here and we go about underwater. There's a hole in the pipe in this section. It can catch stuff up potentially and cause some issues, but it does look like we cleaned it up pretty well. I just didn't want to clean it up anymore due to the fact that we could hurt the pipe, make that hole bigger. And yeah, we got a pretty fair amount of roots out of this section. There's just a little bit left on that left-hand side. Pulling it back here, we're hitting 20 feet. We switched over back to the clay tile pipe. Looks like a little bit of roots left in that section. We tried to clean this up the best we could. The issue with these last couple of roots that we've seen is our jetter is so close to where our clean out is, where we're doing this video inspection. When we start to turn it on and turn it up to pressure to actually get these roots out, we started to get water back here, so we had to shut it down and kind of do what we could to not make a mess and clean it up the best we could. So we're still in this clear tile pipe, and here pretty soon we're going to switch over to cast iron again, which is going to be inside the house, about 15 feet away from the clean out. This is going to be where the pipe stubs out of the house and connects to the tile. You can see it's a little offset in this section, but it's nothing major or anything like that. It looks like stuff should be able to go down that just fine. Cast iron inside the house is looking pretty darn good. I've seen any crazy cracks or holes or anything like that. Pipe doesn't look misshapen. Looks like we got a little bit of roots in that section. I believe that those are just kind of hanging out there. Yeah, those will flush out. I was just pushing it with my camera lens a little bit. They are no longer connected to anything that should flush out just with normal use. Just fine. Right here we're coming out of our clean out from where we did our video inspection from in the basement. And that is going to conclude our video inspection. And once again, I was Sam with Bulldog Rooter. Thank you so much.